Hi, beautiful people. How are you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Uh, I don't know if you're a victim of body shaming, and if you are not a victim, then you know someone who is a victim of the same. And there are different things that happen. All there are different things that happen uh, to people when they are body shamed, and I'm here to just share a little bit on that. I want to give just tell you what body shaming is, and give you 7 things that body shaming does to people. And we'll start off with what body shaming is. And before I even go to what body shaming is, remember that body shaming rarely motivates healthy changes, but instead it brings about the negative changes. Yeah. So, body shaming is an act of criticizing, mocking, or judging someone because of their body size, shape, weight, skin tone, features, or appearance. And this can be done by others, or it can be internally. When someone says something for a very long time and they keep repeating, or they keep or someone receives the same comment from different people, then it becomes internally now. So like I said earlier, we are going to look at 7 things that body shaming does, from a little bit of research that I've done. So one thing that body shaming does is that it damages self-esteem and identity. And uh, this is brought about by negative comments that may lead someone to believing what they keep hearing from others, and it interferes with the self-worth of the person, to an extent that they rely on their appearance rather than their character, value, or even abilities. The second thing that body shaming does to someone is that it leads to anxiety or depression. These are triggers that they come as triggers, and they come out necessarily when someone starts having social anxiety. This is avoiding things like events, taking photos, or even being in relationships. You might also find that someone is constantly comparing themselves with others, and most of the times, people or someone is always feeling sad. They're always feeling shame or hopelessness. It also brings about emotional withdrawal and can even lead to clinical depression that may lead to someone committing suicide or wanting to self-harm themselves. The third thing that body shaming does is that it increases risk of eating disorders. These are things like someone start having extreme dieting. They can do, I don't know if it's binge or how it's said, but it's binge eating. And this is where someone eats a large amount of food in a short period of time and feels a loss of control while doing it. And the key feature here is the feeling of being unable to stop, followed by shame, guilt, or distress, and can also lead to binge eating disorder, BD, for those who know what it is. Binge eating is also known as overeating. It can also lead to purging behaviors, and purging behaviors is an attempt. There are attempts to get rid of calories or food after eating, usually because of guilt, fear of weight gain, or distress about body image. The common types of purging are like self-induced vomiting, fasting after eating, or even excessive exercise to undo eating. It can also bring about obsession with weight or fixing the body. Yeah. And the fourth thing about body shaming is that it distorts body image. Someone begins to see flaws others don't even notice. This brings about distorted perceptions that cause constant dissatisfaction with how someone looks, or even creates obsessive mirror checking. The fifth thing that body shaming brings about is that it affects relationships and intimacy. You find that it makes someone fear being seen or touched. It also makes someone avoid dating or being intimate with someone else. It brings about someone struggling with vulnerability, and it can also bring about someone seeking validation from unhealthy relationships. The sixth impact, or what body shaming brings about, is that it impacts performance and confidence. This can be seen mostly at work or even at church or school, where you realize that someone who was once always social or interacting with others or even participating in many things, they have reduced participation. It can also bring about increased fear of judgment. It also lowers leadership confidence and also causes self-sabotage. And the last thing that body shaming does is that it creates a cycle of self-criticism. And this is brought about by the external shame, or the external comments and the shame that comes with that body shaming from others. It can become internal. It gets to someone, it becomes internal. The negative talks you bring about to someone else. Now you make them see like they are what you are telling them that they are. And this can bring about negative self-talk. From now you are doing it to yourself. When you are a victim of body shaming, these are the things that you do to yourself now. I think I would say like it's not what they would want to do to themselves, but now they have already believed that that is what they are, or that is how they are. And now the things that they do to themselves is that they start having negative self-talks. They start comparing themselves constantly with others. They have harsh inner critics, and also can lead to perfectionism. I hope that I have shared something that will help someone. If you didn't know, there are just some things that you say to someone, even if it's jokingly or unknowingly, that really turns to body shaming. Commenting on someone's weight, commenting on someone's body, commenting on someone's appearance, commenting on someone's features, and most of these things, we can only term them as body shaming. Whether they are your friends, they are your relatives, or they are just people you don't know, that is termed as body shaming. I hope this post will help someone, and they will be aware. They'll be aware, and they will change, or they'll start doing things differently. We ought to be very careful of what we let come out of our mouth, because you might do something that might change the life of someone. I've seen people who have committed suicide or even gone to substance and drug abuse because of the same. So, and even worse scenarios. So it's good to just know what you are saying and what is coming out of your mouth, how it will affect someone else, or just say something that you would want to be said to you in return. So thank you.